Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. There is a follow up. There is an update to a video that I did previously, I think last week or so. It's about this DoorDash girl. So I'm going to leave a link up at the top here on the right so that you can watch that before this or vice versa, whatever you please. Now, it has become a bit more prevalent these days for women who lie and try to demonize men to get them to lose their jobs, to be put in jail, the false accusations women. It has become a bit more common that they are meeting with some repercussions for their actions. Now, this particular woman, I'm going to show you a few videos. We're going to watch a video of a lady who's a lawyer who had picked up this case on TikTok, so she's been talking about it. So she has a lot of enlightening information about this case. And we are also going to talk about there's a lady called Celebrate, I believe she calls herself Queen of Accountability, who's speaking about the case of the brick face lady, if you remember her, who is also facing charges. So this woman, the DoorDash girl, is facing charges, and the brickface girl. So let's listen in and find out exactly what's going on. But if you didn't know who she was, just let's listen in to what she's saying.
I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while door dashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing.
Now, that is her claim. She's actually doubled down so much on that she was assaulted, despite the fact that she went to deliver something, then either the door was ajar or she opened it. There is claims that she actually opened the door, then recorded a man who had blacked out on a seat in his house, apparently this pants down. So my speculation was that maybe he was rubbing one out, then you fell asleep because you're drunk or whatever the reason. Despite that, it doesn't seem that she's in the right camp. So this lady is called somebody Esquire. Stephanie Esquire. Now, so she is going to be breaking down why she's getting arrested, and we are going to react to this, listen in, so that you can keep your ears peeled, know exactly, because the whole reason we do this video is not just for entertainment or what purpose, but for you to realize just how horrible the people that we are dealing with, the women you are dealing with are these days, how horrible they are, how much of scumbags they are, how much of liars they are. The tears, you've just seen the way she's talking, like, oh my goodness. And all that is a lie. Imagine that. All that is a lie. That's why I actually do realize you can never, ever apply emotions in law. Although everywhere in the world they're applying women's emotions to pass laws, to pass judgments, how much time you get in jail. So these women go cry so hard and they get less time. As you know, on average, they receive less time for the same crimes. Anyway, let's continue this.
Arrested. Breaking news in the DoorDash case. DoorDash Girl has officially been arrested. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender, and I've been following this case pretty closely since it happened. So I got sent some information this morning. I independently verified it, and Miss Olivia Henderson has officially been arrested on 2 felony charges. Now, why was she arrested on felony charges? Because, like I said from the beginning, she's the one who committed the crime, not the individual who was in the home. So let's go.
Now the thing is, she had already, when she looked at the information that came out, this lawyer had made the conclusion that she was on the wrong and she was going to be getting charged, not the man. As it turns out, as we all saw anyway, she was right.
Let's go through what we have and show you the proof. Now, I blocked out her name, but this is the police blotter, or I blocked out her address and her date of birth. But this is the police blotter, all right? And the arrest date is there, and the 2 felony charges are right here. I'm just zooming in myself to take a look, but we got...
So that is an unlawful surveillance, amusement profit. Yeah, let's read.
What do we have? We have unlawful surveillance, and dissemination. Okay, right there. All right, so this is just the police blotter. I'm going to show you the actual charges in a second. And this just shows down here that she was issued a field appearance ticket and she has a court date coming up. So this is her. She was given an appearance ticket. She has to come back to court, and I'll show you the court date. On the internet, you could look this up yourself. Incident date is October 12th, which matches to the incident date that she put on our page. And her next court date is going to be December 4th, 2025 in Oswego City Court, which is the town in which the incident happened. So all of this is verifiable on the internet. And here are her charges. Like I said, these were the charges that I thought she could be charged with, and this is what we got. So we have unlawful surveillance and...
So that one says unlawful surveillance for amusement or profit. Dissemination, I think that's even dissemination and surveillance of images to sell or publish. I think that's what it means. That's what I didn't understand.
Dissemination of a surveillance image. Both are felonies, which means that prison time is an option, right? Not that she'll get prison time, but she can do prison time on these.
If a man did this, he'll be hidden. He'll be buried under the prison. So I'm going to speak about this at the end of this, primarily just to face the facts as they are, and you see how you can act accordingly. But let's finish first.
They are non-violent felonies, which means that it would be it would not be a lot of prison time, but she can do prison time on these depending on her criminal history. So like I've been saying from the beginning, the person who committed the crime is going to be the person arrested in this case. And the person who committed this crime is obviously Olivia, the DoorDash girl. The man committed no crime, or else he would also be arrested, which he is not. So for all of you guys out there that were defending the man, or I'm sorry, defending the woman, clearly the law says otherwise. The law says otherwise because they did arrest her. They did give her two felony charges, two felony charges, both of which carry a prison sentence if she goes to trial and loses. She could get probation on those. There's a whole slew of things that she can get, but she was charged.
Let's be real. She's likely, because I don't know if she has a past infringement of such a sort or anything. The thing is, most likely she'll be given some kind of probation and or therapy or one of these silly things they give people. Because really that's what happens. And in this particular case, because she's so gung-ho about how she's the victim, it might actually, even if she's not given, even if people don't believe her, it will still be used. They'll say, oh, in her mind she thinks, or in her mind is this. So they will use that to give her something lighter, a lighter sentence. That's just a fact.
With two felonies for video recording him in the privacy of his own home and disseminating that image to the public. And this is why we do not record our crimes and put them on the internet for the world to see.
Exactly. Now, a lot of women were really going after her. I want to see if I can read a bit of these comments. Oh, there it is. Look, you're a traitor to women everywhere. Despite all the evidence, they wanted to blame a man so bad, of course. You really need to normalize not just listening to or believing the deranged modern females on the internet in 2026, 25. We're already there. The world is sad. Victims are getting arrested. Isn't the first time. So Rose, whatever, she thinks the victim is getting arrested. This one is saying this particular lawyer is, oh my God, calling a traitor. So you see this so-called girl code. It's not really a girl code in the sense that they will stick together no matter what, because the reason is many of them know they are scumbags. Many of them know that they've lied a lot about what men do to them. And that's the most unfortunate thing here. They're not going after her because ABCD. They're going after her because she's exposing them and she's trying to be objective about this particular situation. So that's the case. So admittedly, because the information is looking more undeniable, there are lesser and lesser of these comments saying, oh, you're a traitor, all that. But now, let's just have a small talk about this, the queen of accountability, who's called Daphne Sutton. So she's been following up with this case of this woman. She's called Rhonda. Is it Rhonda? Rhoda Osman. Now she had come out really, if you guys remember, you can check. She had really come out to claim their men had hit her on the face with a brick and all whatnot. And she was really virulent and she was just being a bottom feeder. You know, the normal, you know, the normal behavior, the fatiguing behavior of these people. So what happened that this Queen of Accountability followed through. So she actually is the one who following through to make sure this lady met accountability. So I know some of you are tired of me posting, but understand this. Rhoda Osman divided the black community for 2 years. Men were attacked, doxed, and slandered because of her lies. She threatened me. That is this lady. That's the biggest mistake she made. By the way, you should follow this Queen of Accountability. She has really, really good posts. She really, as you know, our side through and through. She respects her husband. She's always at least looking at our side, our angle, more than the normal manipulation of women. Now, this was my longest case. I'm proud to say I testified. All that voodoo manipulation and fear tactics couldn't stop the truth. She was found guilty. She was one crying Tasha K tears. Accountability. So tired of you posting now, stay on it. You see, I think she's just trying to be modest about it, but that's the case. That's actually this particular lady here, this lady, if you can go and search for Brickgate or all of these other things, you'll find her story. I don't want to really rehash it anymore. Now, there is quite a bit that is going on in this world, especially when it comes to people trying to take advantage of others. And the law has been used for a very long time by so many people to try and bring others down. And since we had the Me Too movement and Time's Up and all that, we've had a lot of females be caught for lying about men, either who didn't want them, who didn't give them callbacks, or such a thing. Most likely to get this is going to be a screenshot. It's going to be a thumbnail. The thing is, people like her are doing it for clout. And it's because a lot of the times people get into an idea, and once it has gotten enough attention, they want to, even in their own brains, they want to convince themselves that they are right. Often a lie would be told by the person, and the person would want to believe the lie so that they can live with it, whether it's a man or a woman. So what she's doing right now is she's trying to crash out as much as possible to try and keep the group of women that supported her when she came out with the preposterous claims, although when we saw the evidence, we knew that she was full of it. Now, I'm going to leave this video right here. There's all the links to the people and videos that I've looked through today will be in the descriptions down below. And I don't know what you think about this particular case. As any of you guys who watch this channel, have you ever been in the receiving end of such accusations, false accusations? I would like to know, what did you do? I would like to think that because we understand how life is, and this is really the lesson in this, how unfair it can be, you have to be extra vigilant, gentlemen. First of all, you can't just be sleeping around. Forget this. You know, this is different, but I'm just trying to build up to it. You can't be sleeping around. Be very careful about the people that you're dealing with. Third, please record everything, even if it's just audio. Sometimes you just want to be a nice guy, you know, you just want to give people benefit of the doubt, but they don't care. They will take you down if they need to. So make sure you at least have a paper trail to show that whatever happens when you're dealing with these females, if she brings up anything, please do that. It doesn't matter whether you're a nice guy. In fact, a lot of the times, if you're not a nice guy, they might call you creepy and try to... You've seen these gym videos. A guy is just wandering off and this chick has clothes up her ass crack and she's wondering, where are people looking? Of course, we know what all that. It's nonsense. So they will create crimes. They'll create crimes to make you look bad, to destroy your reputation, to get what they want. So you have to be extra careful. If you're a boss in an office, please don't be behind locked doors with a female. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Even if you want to, if you have an open plan office, the better. Make sure people can clearly see you. All these sound a bit ridiculous. Yes, they are. But they'll save you. Don't be naive thinking that people will turn on you like that. So you need to be extra vigilant. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And of course, like the video and share and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, peace.